Eraser. That seems like auto-conf options. I meant this one, of course. Configure options. Oh, this sets only the configure options. Disable alloc, enable optimize. I don't want that. I don't want that because I want to debug libcwd itself. But it's only using the CMake configure options now anyway. I'm not sure I want to turn this on though, no. That is extremely verbose. Just no optimization and debug info would be okay. What should be happening with this? Okay. Islands. It's unclear where this thing is going to be installed though. If you use CMake, then where does it install stuff? No, just compile it. Let's try and see what happens. Do CMake for make install. Is it going to work? It would install it in user local lib. Okay, well, suppose so. There's an old version there, so I can replace that. Let's remove this. And then install it. Oh. I think I never really supported CMake and installing of this thing. Now, apart from that, I don't even know how to configure Word installs it. Why is it not working if I run sudo? Maybe because I lose my environment or something. There is something. Install prefix. It's commented out for some reason. So let's see if I have install fix. Install prefix defined. Yeah, that's better. That's I think I can install there as non-root. Let's try this. Resource configure. Yeah, install user stuff. Copy that. No such file on directory. Well, that's interesting. I suppose it should create it. Oh, all of them are root. Why? Still sudo make install. Nothing to tell them to make install. It's ridiculous. Ridiculous. Yeah, I don't think I support CMake really 100% yet in libcwd. Well, there's also an install here. Could definitely also use that. Now it's trying to install where? Yeah, yeah. No, let's try that as a root. That worked. Yep. So then now it's installed in this prefix. Well, the prefix is really this, I suppose, just this. Yep, so we can find it with the package config, then it should work. So let's try that. Go here. How does it find it? I think that if I use git hash, then it's definitely going to find you git hash. So I have to turn the git hash thing off for libcwd. Let's just remove it here. If now I enter in configure here, then it should say it finds it in /user lib, but then that's probably because I don't have it set. Yeah, what is the word? Package config path or something. It's empty. That doesn't help. Grep config options. It's just package config path. It's an underscore here. Still not set. So let's set it. Let's just set it here. Package config. Linux viewer install. That's already set. Maybe I should do that. I don't think I have anything in it though. It's nothing. It does not exist yet. I don't know. Well, I installed it. It doesn't exist, and I installed it in this prefix. Difficult. Wait. It's kind of nonsensical because I should pick up install prefix. Install prefix. Duh. I'm gone. How do I usually set my install prefix? That's a good question. By calling set compiler env. So which set compiler env? Yeah, well that's run by configure. Let's just run it. and now we get 12.2. It's using $CXX. T++. 12.2. Clang++ version 1406. Why would it be using a different compiler? It is set to use C++, G++. And this compiler should be sourced while I compile this one as well. And it wasn't. Why not? It has its own env compiler. What if I do? Look at env.source. Set up compiler environment. It runs. Well, yeah. Top project env.compiler. Top project must be set to. It's set to AICXX instead of Linux viewer. So that's a problem. Yeah, I need both C and C++. It's always a little bit of C, even during configuration of stuff. But my env.compiler is defined in here, not in the AICXX apparently. So I have to do here export. Top project is that. So that is /home kernel. But I think if now I do a resource, then I'll lose it again, right? No, I keep it. Okay. So now I did a resource, so it should have reloaded the env.compiler. So now $CXX should be that, and install prefix is still 12.2. Well, no, not still. It's now correctly 12.2 instead of what it had here. Ooh, okay, let's see if that survives call to configure. Yep, now it has it correctly. I just had my top project set wrong. But the install apparently only works if I run sudo make user bin make from the object directory. Now it's installed in 12.2. So now we did get I don't see it. Where's it? Finding libcwd. No, didn't see it. Found it now in the directory that we want. And yeah, it's turned on everything. So now we can make it. I'm gonna make clean just in case. And then I configure again. And check that it still finds it in the right place. Yep. And I can do a make. There's one more thing I have to do. I have to tell the project that now libcwd is part of the project, so I can jump to the code and stuff like that. Let's first finish the compile. So I use S to print all the source code. S still tries to do this, which doesn't exist. I don't have anything. Everything is user viewer. Oops. Linux Sure. Linux Sure and the vulkan. Yeah. So where's that set? I guess here. Alias S. Yeah. We'll have to change this, giving it the right prefix. Stall prefix is empty. That's strange. Okay, there we are. Have to configure to get that. So now at least I have all the headers. libcwd, but actually I also want to have all the source code. So that is in projects. libcwd / libcwd, and then I guess just a .cc. Nothing is in the depth. Oh, there's stuff here. Really? Test suit utils. What is in utils? With toString. Okay. Let's include everything. I meant this one. I don't know, I feel lazy. Star.cc. Latitude work, although I'm not convinced about that one, so let's use don't hone kernel. Use a home kernel. Resource configure S. So now it has all the source code as well. Right, I can now make C tags. And then let's run the thing. Let's make 100% sure it loads it. Because we also need an LD library path set to be correctly. Yeah, it loads the right thing. So everything works. Now we crash in that directory. Ain't it beautiful? Just right in my source code. So this is my IDE, man. A lot of bash functions and files and environment variable system. Okay, so I want to run this in debugger, and then we can start debugging. Okay, print pointer. I guess that this is the string is9 underscore EEEE. And then the star, of course, is just the I here. While in cut pointer is not an I. That is an A with E. Yeah, oh, totally different, right? Okay, the code. As an example, the input could be encap mangle name, blah 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 blah, stripped mangle name. So I remove the prefix, so I can just, you get just this. Where the space in the letter is not really there, it's just added for alignment. So you see that the stripped mangled name is basically wrapped inside this prefix and with an E behind it, but there is also a 0 included here, inserted. So it removes the first 25 characters here, then we are at the end. Encap mangle name now points to the qualifier string, if any. RK. Oh, we stripped this off. Yeah. Now we have RK as two qualifiers. What is this one? Point now points to the last E of the encap mangle name. It's not clear which E that is. Pointer is strip mangle name len. Pointer now points to the terminating 0 of the stripped mangle name. I guess that one. Well, pointer is large and stripped mangle name. Decrement pointer and encap pointer. Guess it goes backwards until we read something that is no longer the same or something. I cannot entirely follow this, but I have to put both pointers on the S, but only if this could be substitution. Can't say that it is a very enlightening comment here. What is going on? But okay, we are in this function, so let's print what we actually have. Encap mangle name is this thing. It's not even big. And it begins with oh, we changed it. I said I better put a breakpoint then at the beginning. Yeah, it was. We added 25 to it. Is that the only change? Put a breakpoint or might run into it sooner than, well, just put a breakpoint anyway. Run from the beginning. And then probably find out how often we have to do a continue until we crash. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. It's quite a lot. Okay, let's go something faster so I get just an approximation. What was it? 41 something? Okay, so far over the 100. I have a better idea. Good. What file was that anyway? Let's make a copy. This is C code, by the way. How do I make a copy to something that is allocated? And we're just gonna leak memory. It's not something called strudup or something. Strudup. Turns a point to a new string, which is a duplicate of string. Memory for the new string is obtained with malloc. I'm gonna go for this one without any. Well, no, maybe not. That's not. Well, yeah. Well, yeah. Yeah, no, of course. I don't care. So this one is good. Strdup. That one, I think it must be 0 terminated. Const pointer stripped name copy equals strdup. That thing. And we crash here, so if we get here, then apparently we're all fine. So I'll be even so nice to free it again. So now I can make it again, or not. Invalid conversion from const void pointer to void pointer. Oh, that's C for you. Cannot free const pointers. Seriously. Unbelievable. Okay, I don't care. Now what? Invalid conversion const character pointer to character pointer. I'm lost. Did I change the wrong thing? No. Come on, this compiled a second ago. I just added that, right? And this. What? What? I compiled it. Oh no, I didn't. See, I removed const on the wrong point. Oh. I moved it here. I'm so stupid. Instead of there. That's what I wanted to do. And then installing was with the sudo. So like this, I guess. And then we can go here again, and I think we can just run it again, because it's just going to link anyway, right? So let's run it in the debugger. Hello, hex or edge vh. Up. There we are. So at the very least, this should appear exactly as is, and it doesn't. Already see that. It's a full string song. Okay, so yeah, well, where were my comments? All minus. Well, that's being removed first. That's correct. Then we do not have any qualifiers apparently, because it immediately starts with N5. And let's see how far we can go. 14 shader builder. That still works. Context est for less I 5 or 6. That's different. Yeah, it's almost the same, but the substitution numbers are all incremented by 1. So S5 is a substitution. That's S6 here. This S5 is S6. And this S underscore is S0 underscore. And then the S9 changes into an SA. It's a hexadecimal apparently. And we have an extra E. So it say that my code cannot deal with all the substitutions. But I think I want to go over this for one that does work first, so I understand a little bit how the code works. So in order to do that, let's quit. Let's add a counter. Instead of a static int count, starts at 0. Every time we come here, increment it. Yeah, 51. I was over 100 and I did run it manually. That might be because it went much slower and now I just run at full speed, but still, you know. Let's try it again. I don't know how good it reproduces, as it were. $55, yeah. Let's try it again. $55. Okay, so let's set a breakpoint at 50. Doesn't really matter, I guess. But yeah. Line 69 count. Going to set a breakpoint at line 71. with the condition for breakpoint 1 that count equals 50. So print count is now 50. And now we have, well, let's do the copies. Let me print the copy. Doesn't really matter, of course. So here you see the same 25 characters prefix, and then we get actually the full thing. That's boring. With an E. That's maybe a bit too simplistic, but well, okay. Still get a feel, I guess, for how it should work. No, it's too simplistic. Let's test the example. So at the moment that count is 50, we're going to stop here. And then I'm doing if count equals 50. Well, I might as well put a breakpoint inside here then. I'm just going to replace the input strings with the example here. That's the other one. Because apparently there was already a difficult case that I thought it was. It's not as difficult as what I have now. Let's reload it, not sure. Break 73. Yes. Okay, so now we have, well, obviously, that as the encapsulated mangle name. Now, for all, to be clear, what is this? We'll have to echo it through C++ field. And that doesn't work. Let's add an underscore Z in front of it. So this is actually libcwd type info extract. So it's just a random user defined thing, template. And the template parameter is this. And it's a trick, I guess. And what you really want is to get the demangled name for this. Or yeah, that's what you want, I suppose. So, and there was no other way to get it, including the const reference, than to wrap it in, inside a template. So we get a mangled name of this template, and then we have to extract the single template parameter from it. And I do that from the mangling of the whole thing. Okay, well, how does that look? Well, 22, that is just the length of the first name. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. This is the length of 22. And then we get an I. I don't know what the I means, but I think that means, let's say, that it is a template and that what follows is this parameter. Well, I guess. What else can it mean? Oops. So basically you have 2, 2 always, because this is the length of this thing, and then an I always. That's together, that makes 22 plus 3. 1, 2, 3, it's 25. Skipping that, we get the rest of it. R, K, and so on. Now the RK, it means, I think, const reference, so reference const. You have to read types left to right, sorry, right to left, and that's also how they are mangled. So I had we have this type here, so that is a reference, that's a R, and then the const is the K, and then we get the mangled thing of this. And the only thing I was wrapping it was to get the RK part. Otherwise it would have been easier to just get the demangled thing of this. Where are we? Now, next step. Encap pointer is encap mangle name. I have another input, by the way. It's encapsulated mangle named, and I have a strip mangle name. So this is probably the same thing then anyway, but without the qualifiers. So the RK in front of it is missing. But the rest must be the same. And that is also the case. Right, more or less, yeah. Or not. No, the difference is that the substitution fails. There is a substitution here, and well, there's a 0 put in front of it because S is means substitution, and then I guess S0 is the next substitution or something like that. And that gets incremented by 1. All the substitutions gets incremented by 1, but even in this example, we only have a single substitution. So I think that's what is going wrong. We have more than one substitution, probably. So what we're doing, encap pointer is encapsulated mangle name plus the string of the encapsulated mangle name minus 1. It pretty much looks like we go to the end of it. I'm going to do this very slow instead of 5 times. This is, yep, that part. Next, print encap pointer E. Yep, that last E is also part of the encapsulation. So I have now a pointer that points to the end. Encap pointer points to the end of the encapsulation. Frame. The len of the stripped mangled name. In len 68. So that would be this whole thing. And then we do pointer is stripped mangled name plus len, so it's just going to point to the end here. At the terminating 0. While pointer is larger than stripped mangled name. That's the beginning. So we're going to run over it from the end all the way to the beginning of the stripped mangled name. Minus pointer, because, well, pointer is now pointing at nothing. And the encapsulated pointing also pointing at nothing. It's pointing at the last E, but we were not interested in that one. So we start here. Actually, we start here. And then we assume that they are equal. Well, they should be. But they are not at the moment we encounter a substitution. So this is already dubious, but okay, well, let's assume that substitutions don't immediately appear at the end, the very end. Anyway, currently we are comparing just a tail, so let's highlight the last part of the strip mangled name. Yeah, so we have a pointer pointing to this E, and we have a pointer pointing to this E, and they are the same until I encounter this 0 here. So currently it's E is E, and then we say if pointer is underscore, so that's until this underscore here, then that's not. So we're gonna go all the way until it is equal to the underscore. And though now it is equal. So pointer is now that, and encap pointer is the same thing with an extra E after it. And then we do pointer becomes skip substitution. Okay, I don't know how that works, but let's just try it out, what it does. So do next, print pointer. Okay, so now it skips the substitution. It points at the S, but that's one past the next thing. So next we are going to decrement pointer, and then we're going to continue in front of the S. And that should be the same again. And encapsulation is doing exactly the same thing. So do next. Now the encapsulation pointer also skipped it. So there was an extra 0 and it skipped. And then we do next. And then they are equal again. Now that continues because it was the only substitution until we simply reach the beginning of the strip mangle name, and then it should stop. So let's say we do a list. I'm going to do a break at 99, continue. That's a different thread, so annoying. No. I want to continue this. Okay, I'll run it from the beginning and I'll do something else. Now it stops there. It's not what I wanted. Delete 2, continue. Wait, I meant list. So rather I want to just break, let's delete all breakpoints. Let's break at line 99 and then set better condition for it. Condition 3, count equals 50. Run from the top. Okay, so we can see that we have the same things here. That was the input. And our pointer should now point to the beginning. So print pointer is just pointing at the very beginning. And the other was called pointer in cap, right? In cap pointer. Same thing. Then is the qualifier lang is apparently well, cap point was just printed, and in cap mangle name is including the qualifiers if they are there at all. So yeah, that is then 2. Exact name is new that. In copy. Exact name, comma qlen, and then exact name qlen plus strip mangle name. Okay. So now exact name is equal to rk, and then the stripped mangled name without a 0 here. Okay, I understand the code. So now let's see. Yeah, well, we need you need to point where it goes wrong, right? So before I do this, let's run it again. So let's stop when this is the input. Oops. Okay, so we have the encapsulated the mangle name, I mean, and the what we expect. There are simply no qualifiers here, but we have to figure that out, and we're going to figure that out by going backwards from, I think from here, and then we find the underscore here, and then we should skip the first thing. Maybe it's going wrong because I didn't know that A was possible, or something like that. You know, all the other substitutions start indeed with an underscore, and I cannot imagine that I would not be able to skip underscore digit S. Yeah, that must be it. I think it fails on the fact that substitutions can have hexadecimal values. So let's see what happens. We are now there. Next. So pointer is empty, and encap pointer points to the last E. And then we start to compare them, and well, they are not ending on an underscore or something, so and I continue until the first underscore, which is pretty quick. And now we have going to try to skip the substitution in pointer. Let's print pointer -5. Though this is underscore 9s, that should work. So next, and now print pointer is pointing to the S of the S9, so that was successfully skipped. But this one is going wrong, I bet. Print encapsulation -5. So that is the SA underscore. I step into it. It does the following thing. There we have it. Yep, not working. Well, I can extend it to A, B, C, D, F or something. But for the same, you might as well have multiple, digits, maybe even. So maybe I should skip all hexadecimal characters. Or what will it do after the F? Is it not hexadecimal really, but it just continues with G and then H? How can I figure that out? Then I need something that has a gazillion substitutions. I wouldn't have any clue how to reproduce that. The best way would be to look at the actual demangler, like C++ filled, and then see what it expects for the substitution values. But yeah, this is not my project at the moment. Well, this is also my project, but I don't have time for that. So I'm just going to make it an F, and then we'll wait till the next crash, and then we'll know. I never get any emails about libcwd anyway, so fuck everybody else. If they have problems with it, they should have emailed me. Wait, it's an end. If it is less than 0, that will be wrong. Or it is yeah. What is a good way to do this? Like, is hex hex digit or something? Not like that. Google knows. Let's ask Google. Google is my friend, always helps me. Is hex digit without underscore? Or not. C is X digit. What the fuck? Completely crazy. Okay, the word is X digit. I don't want to look at this side anymore because they popped up something horrifying. And defined in CC type. Checks if given character hexadecimal character. That includes lowercase, which I probably not really want anyway. No, I don't want that. It's definitely uppercase. Nah, let's do it manually. I've got where it was here. Tension, it's already edited somewhere. Right, so well, if it is It's not how I do this anymore. What I normally do is, if I want to have a range, I do the lower part first. And then it is in range. So like that. So now you can see, well, actually I want to amend that. So it is between 0 and 9. So now we have, if it is not between 0 and 9, and also not between, let's copy it. A and F. Yes, so we break if it is not in between 0 and 9 and not in between A and F. Therefore, if it is one of these things in one of these ranges, then we do not break and then we skip it. Until we encounter the S. Then we return S pointer, and otherwise we return just whatever we got, just the input. So we didn't skip anything at all. And now we call them here, which is no longer in libcwd. So I consider that fixed then. Okay, so now I have to get it somehow into Kitash to fix. Again, so git diff. Well, that can be removed. Example project has stuff added. Doesn't look like a good example project at all, anyway. I made a new YouTube, by the way. So I should put that in the README. Yeah, well, now I'm updating it anyway. So I should probably do that. But this example project is horrifying old as well. It's not, I'm not maintaining it very well anymore. It's like more than 20 years old. I do get so little feedback that I just stopped being interested in supporting it for other people. So I'm just using it myself. And the documentation is bad. It's old. Yeah, there's YouTube. That does not exist anymore. What's with the list anyway? Yeah, so throw that off. Because it works. I'll just copy that one. Okay. Well, and the rest, you know, the YouTube is it. The rest I wouldn't even look at. Well, yeah, in terms, you know, documentation. So that's about it. And git diff. And I only made that YouTube because one of the regulars here, our famous Hayratsin, asked for it. You ask and you shall give, no, what is it? Receive. But otherwise I'm not interested in supporting things anymore. Okay then, git commit, everything. Fix for demangling. Types with substitutions larger than 9 or something. Right, and now the tedious task of getting it from GitHub again. That means that I have to undo. Well, let's also remove the sources here that I added. Hopefully I don't need it again very soon. Otherwise, I'm deleting it. I have to redo it. And it was export prefix. It's not even set here. Oh yeah, this. Yeah, we don't need this anymore then. Definitely don't even want that anymore. And I have to add it back here. So WDR. I think the simplest way is just remove the whole cache. So that it downloaded again. It got it from GitHub again. And then it configured this with I'm not seeing the configuration. Oh yeah. Release again. Yeah. Everything was still in CC cache apparently. But now it works, right? Crash in there. Perfect. So I can come back to my next to do. Fortunately, I've got what that was. What was I working on? Yeah, well, a billion compile errors. But what's the last time that we did? Like yesterday. Oh, right. Yeah, I remember. I added the annoying thing is, yeah, it is here. So before I did not get further than 2 of them. Now at least we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of them. Great. Much better. So I have a new debug channel usage, and that prints whenever one of these variables is being used. So this variable, or this one, or that's a big one, this one, this one, and this one. The only thing it prints at the moment is when at the moment that I construct them. So let's go to the next level. We're going to print it when they are destructed. How about that? Is that a good plan? I think so. They are really just, this usage detector really just meant for tracking usage of class members. And those are not particularly classes that I copy a lot. So I don't think I have to deal with the move constructors and move assignments and copy constructors and all whatnot. So I might just not do that. In fact, I commented all of them out and it still compiles. So that's one way to make sure. Where's the thing defined? Well, I don't know. Oh, exactly here. I just will edit that file. So here I have printing the constructor, the fact that the constructor is being called. And what I just fixed was that this was not working. Printing the demangled name of the type of the base class, and that was just a little bit too difficult, the base class. Apparently, having a lot of substitutions. So I don't think I have a destructor yet here. Nope. Let's add a destructor. Now here I'm printing the full type, but some of these types are so long that I think that I'm not doing that anymore. For the destructor, well, maybe for the destructor, because it's a function name. So what do? Well, that doesn't work, I think. Yeah, no, I cannot just put an tilde in front of the type, which includes all the namespaces and scopes and stuff. I would have to print, I guess, the demangle of of the current function. Same here. Just printing the name of the class. Well, and then yeah, okay. That's really, I should have added here is double colon and then repeat the name of the class. Well, I happen to know what it is. Well, let's do it this way, and then I'll print a full name here as well. Where let's print the debug name between square brackets behind it. Although normally I printed the this pointer, which might also be handy to track. Let's print this pointer here. Let's print this pointer here as well. And here I have the debug name because it is being passed. Well, not really passed. mean, I'm calling just a default constructor. So let's not do that either. But I still want to print a debug name somehow. Let's print a debug name between double quotes. Is that too much? Double quotes. Again, square brackets. Could do that. Let's use again square brackets. Debug name. And then we do the same thing here. Okay, now I have the destructor as well, right? And I have another one here. Constructor, and yeah, see here, I just commented everything out that has to do with constructors. Apparently we're not using it. And in this case, it's not a vector, sorry, not an array, it is a vector. Just a standard vector. Yeah, so I get a vector, and then we print this between square brackets, and then in another this pointer. Destructor, the same thing. I already have that, just copied it. I do still have all the assignment stuff, I see. Am I assigning? I mean, would I even want to know that I'm doing that? I mean, the return and usage detector thing and that stuff. I don't think I should be assigning a tracked or a usage detected thing. So let's try it compiles if I comment those things out. Although then you might get, I'm not sure. You might get the compiler generated stuff. So we'll try what happens if I do define just one of them and then say that I don't have it, delete. That should get rid of all three if any were generated otherwise. Let's make clear that this is a part of the optional comment out. Well, assign is the same thing, but well, yeah, no, not really. I don't know. Let's keep it. I'm not using it anyway either. In the end, I'll have to add debug output in to all of them in order to track when something is being used. That's quite a lot. But yeah. Oh, well, I'm at it. Maybe I should print also debug output here. Just getting the base class. It's a serious read access. Yeah, now here I'm really just going to print base class, I think. I must make clear that this is read access though. That should be clear enough. I'm using C++20 theory thinker. The other. Make. Now what do you get now? It prints a name and this pointer for the constructor. I don't think anything got destructed. Kind of makes sense. You just crashed. And well, no read access either, so the base class wasn't called. Yeah. It happens, I suppose. So need more debug output. More. Now, what is definitely going to be used before we crash? I think I begin maybe. This is very small. That is so weird. It is so weird. I mean, this is just derived from utils array, which is just derived from standard array, by the way. But it's protected, so nobody can access anything except what I declared here, which is pretty minimal. Namely, square bracket operator and the add, and then a special a special begin and end with an I in front of it. Okay, and then you can get access to the full base class and then call whatever you want on it. But that would already have printed this if you do that, and it didn't. Not yet, anyway. Anyway, this is so little. I'm just going to add debug output for all of them, right? So this is the out entering. I'm just going to print the debug name, I think. And then the square brackets. And then in and then another square bracket. Yeah, could do that, I suppose. I still need to print this pointer though. No, I don't like how it looks. This might be a millisecond slower, a microsecond slower, but it's just debug output. There is so much more going on here than I just like using the strings only for debug output. Right, so we have all again. YNWQMV asks, what are you coding? Do you mean what is described in the description of the video, below the video? In the description, like the title says, please read the description? Or do you mean in more detail? Like this file or something? I begin is read access, of course. It's a const member function. But then I can use the I begin together with calls to this square bracket thing to start writing to it. So it's not like, you know, that in all caps I have to alert myself that this is read access. Can I remove it? Maybe you should remove the read access and alert me when it is in full caps, when it is a write access instead. But okay, int. And then we have all of them for the utils array wrapper. Yes, I should stop streaming. I have to go somewhere this afternoon. I still have to do stuff. Pretty minimal, pretty minimal. But okay, so stuff is being constructed, and then it says we are entering the square bracket operator. Probably to write to it. I mean, this is a non-const access, so it's then an L value and we can write to it. That's what we probably did. And then after that, it's called again, but for read access. Now, just in terms of this thing, it's constructed, it is written to, and then it's read from and read from. So there's a clear border here. First we write, and then we read, and that's it. And what I want to know is where this border is. That is the objective. But yeah. But yeah, I have to do this for all the other ones as well. The actual crash here is for inserting into right locked that thing, which is a pipeline factory. It's not wrapped. Why the hell is that not wrapped? Why is this not wrapped? It's wrapped AI thread safe, then this container is not wrapped. Oh my, the map. Yep. I'll have to do a map as well. Maybe even a set. Probably also have sets. Standard map. The only one. Standard set. Yay, no sets. Standard array. Also none. Utils array. Utils vector. Oh, do you have utils vectors as well? Much work in front of me. Yeah, I added the wrappers to all the base class of the characteristics, but not to the pipeline factory itself. That probably should do as well. And that then involves a lot more types as well that we have to support. So utils vector at least, and standard map. Yeah, that was it. Okay, that's double the work than what I did so far. So currently I'm having added support for wrapping a utils array. and a standard vector. Now, especially standard vector became very big. Did that yesterday. Standard map is going to be at least as horrible, I guess. The only reason I do this is because it's what is it? Reusable. Sort of. I mean, one such class can show me the access to any vector of any type. So if I do all the arrays and the vectors and the maps and the sets, all the containers, then well, it's a lot of work. But then from that moment on, I can rather quickly print access to any container. In the future, yes, I guess, if I ever need it. Yeah, I'm going to stop the stream because I have to do stuff. I'll be back this evening. Good night, or whatever time it is over there.